Hey everyone, me Kevin here. Here's the latest on stimulus. Biden met with governors and mayors today in the Oval Office saying it's up to the federal government to step up and provide more relief. Janet Yellen, the new Treasury Secretary, says, quote, "The time to go big is now," as she reiterates that she wants more stimulus. In fact, she was in front of world-leading economists saying, we just need to print some more money. And we now have economists saying this is not a stimulus package, this is, quote, retroactive social insurance. Man, these people know how to talk and talk and talk. We do have some recent details, though, that I do want to share. For veterans, it looks like $17 billion will be going to the Department of the VA, 13.5 of which will go to healthcare, and just under $1 billion will go towards developing facilities. On small businesses, it looks like $7.25 billion will go to expanded eligibility for the Paycheck Protection Program to include some regular businesses, nonprofits, and media companies, and $15 billion will go to add money to the SBA's EIDL pot. Now, don't get too excited. The EIDL pot seems to be solely focused right now on targeting lower income individuals for the full $10,000 in phase one. Phase one are the people who have previously applied. Then they'll open up targeted EIDL grants of up to $10,000 to people who have not previously applied but are now eligible to apply. The odds of this ever expanding again to people who are not in low-income communities, that is, communities with greater than 20% poverty, and who have suffered a 30% economic decline through this pandemic, probably not going to see these EIDL grants. It's frustrating. The SBA sucks. But anyway, more money will be going into that pot for the people who are eligible. Now, that is good news for those people. So I am happy for those people. Obviously, I express my frustration for everybody else because the SBA did suggest that we were supposed to get $10,000 no matter what our income was. Anywho, $25 billion will also go to grants for restaurants and bars. $185 million will go to states so they can distribute that money for businesses. And overall, $50 billion will go to FEMA, $30 billion will go to the Transit Administration, $8 billion will go to the FAA for airports, and $1.5 billion will go to railroads. These items, of course, are some of the more recent fine-tuned amounts that will come on top of course, $1,400 stimulus checks to adults and adult dependents and adult children, or young children, doesn't matter. Any dependent will get the $1,400 checks. Still no clarity, though, on garnishments or ITIN families, so we are desperately waiting for that detail. $400 in unemployment has made it through the current revisions through August 29th. Still not sure if this is going to get extended through the end of September. The $3,000 tax credits for children and the $3,600 for children under 6 years old are also included. If you want more info on this, the easiest way to try to break this down and understanding the $4,000 child tax care credit as well is check out the stimulus video with the date February 11th in it. There might be two, so check for the second one, the later one in the day. I think it says changes in the title. Look for that one. It's going to give you a whole lot more insight on these credits and how you know what the difference is between the stimulus check, the child tax credit, and the child care credit. It's a mess. That'll explain it in detail for you. Additionally, multiple House committees have already approved their parts of the $1.9 trillion package, so they have finished their work. They're done. These committees include the Transportation Committee, the Education and Labor Committee, Financial Services, the House Ways and Means Committee, Small Business Committee, and so on. Though we're not done yet. We have multiple more committees to go, like Judiciary, Homeland Security, Energy, Armed Services, Appropriations, Agriculture, and there are actually still more, but I'm not going to list them all. So yes, there is still work to be done, and obviously the goal is for Nancy Pelosi to get this all done with her committees between the 18th and 19th, which would be next Thursday or Friday, which means maybe the House will be able to hold their vote on Monday, February 22nd, to send this over to the Senate. Now, there is currently talk that the Senate may just try to rubber stamp the House bill without going to committees to save time. They say that this might happen because there's such a tight deadline between February 22nd and March 14th, which is the unemployment deadline that is coming up. Now, it's surprising that they're still targeting March 14th because whatever date Congress likes to target, I usually think they're going to miss it, which is a little bit concerning. But anyway, here's how this could work in theory. Basically, Schumer could say, hey, y'all, listen up. this is the bill we got from the House. We're good with this, right? Y'all good with this? They do a private meeting and they go, y'all good? Y'all good? Okay, we're going to do a vote. And then they go to have an up or down vote. Basically, y'all in favor? Good? Yes? Oh, no, Republicans want a roll count? Okay, fine. And then somebody reads out the name. Schumer, A. Okay, Rand Paul, nay. Okay, and then they count, they add up the votes. It'll be 50-50. Then we'll get Kamala Harris to come in and she'll pass it. Unless, of course, somebody like Kristen Sinema or Joe Manchin says, not so fast. We want our committees to be able to go through these bills, or even in theory, other Senate Democrats could say, we want our committees to go through this. See, what the Senate might be trying to do is just basically take the House version, go, we good? Any quick minor amendments we can make? This will look like or be called a Schumer bill in the Senate, because it's basically him just going to go, hey, anybody want to make a quick revision? No? Okay, good. Pass it, upvote, done. I don't know if that's going to happen, because what does it cut out? It cuts out all of the committee meetings, which we're having in the House right now, cuts out all of the committee meetings in the Senate, which is where every individual senator, Republican and Democrat, can propose amendments, try to make changes, get their verbiage in there. Once they make changes, then it goes back to the House and gets revoted on. That whole process could, in theory, take 3-4 weeks. So if they don't skip committees, there is a chance we miss the March 14th deadline. If we do skip committees, great, the stimulus bill comes sooner, but it's still going to be like March 14th. Now, who could reject this up-down vote? Well, we could see a rejection from Kristen Sinema and Joe Manchin. They're super anti the $15 minimum wage. In fact, Kristen Sinema was interviewed by Politico, and today Politico published that interview, that story, and reiterated how just today she's anti the $15 minimum wage. Of course, the $15 minimum wage is part of the House package that's going to be coming. Now, maybe Schumer will look at the package and go, hey, is everybody good if we just take out the $15 minimum wage? That could, in theory, work. If Pelosi and Schumer agree to take it out, great. But that would also go back on Pelosi's promise to get the $15 minimum wage in. In other words, it's all a big mess. We don't know. They're going to try to save time. In theory, they're probably just talking about saving time. But I'm still not holding my breath for this to all get done by the 14th. But this is some of the latest drama that's going on today with the stimulus package. And if you want some other drama, but still drama, well, you could watch the impeachment trial, or I could tell you about something much more entertaining. The United States Postal Service. Apparently, all first-class mail is apparently now going to get single-tracked, according to the Washington Post, which basically means that first-class mail, instead of arriving in 2 days locally, goes into the same 3 to 5 day mailing window as all other mail. So in other words, mail is going to continue to be slower. Fun fact, at the end of 2020, only 38% of mail actually showed up on time. Maybe one day we'll all move over to the blockchain and email, and then we won't have to deal with this mail thing anymore. Anywho, that's the latest. Hopefully this was helpful for you on a Friday evening here, or if you're watching this on Saturday morning, good morning. Thank you so very much for your support. Consider subscribing and sharing if you found this helpful, and folks, we'll see you in the next video.